4.5 Vibes Radio, where we're serving you good vibes only. And you know, each and every November, the world celebrates the Antibiotic Awareness Week, which aims to increase global awareness of antibiotic resistance and to encourage best practices among the general public, health workers, and policy makers to avoid the further emergence of spread of antibiotic resistance. And in studio today, we have the national chairman of the Kenya Pharmaceutical Association, Patrick Adera, and Peter Mogere, who's the Secretary General of the Kenya Pharmaceutical Association.
Hey guys.
Morning.
Hey.
Hi.
All right, so I'm just going to start things off from the get.
Yes.
Why should we care? Why should we care about Antibiotics Awareness Week? Antibiotics ni ya kukunywa sala kwa mgonjwa.
Ni ukweli. And why we should care is because antibiotics save life.
Okay.
And antibiotics have been saving lives.
Yeah.
And if we don't take good care of these antibiotics, we're gonna lose them. And we're already losing some of them, which have been the best antibiotics.
All right, so for the layman, you know, when we're talking here, you know, we're not talking with a bunch of doctors and scientists. I mean, we are scientists of life. But when you say, for layman, when you say we're losing some of these antibiotics, as in,
Unamaanisha?
zinaisha ama?
Haziishi. Namaanisha hivi. Hizi dawa zimekuwa zikisave life. But now kwa sababu tumekuwa tukitumia hizi dawa vibaya, tunazipoteza.
Yeah.
Dawa ziko ndio, lakini zinakosa kufanya kazi. Ndio sababu ni muhimu sana, World Antibiotics Awareness Week ni muhimu sana kwetu. Yes.
Okay. So, Adera, help me understand. What are some of these how do antibiotics work? For us who are listening, so we can understand how we are losing them. How do they work?
So, the way antibiotics work is that every antibiotic has a specific bacteria that it deals with.
Yeah.
And like my colleague Mogere has said, when we were growing up, there were antibiotics like the tetracycline capsules that were very effective then. Today, they are no longer effective because we've exposed them so much to other bacteria. We've used them in treatment of animals, our chicken, and today they no longer are effective.
So if we go to the hospital and you're given that one right now, it won't treat?
It won't treat, and I can tell you that they are no longer being stocked in most of our facilities. It has been delisted from the essential antibiotics because the antibiotics have developed a defense mechanism. Having been exposed so much to that antibiotic, they've come up with a barrier on how to resist that antibiotic.
So the bacteria is actually smart. They're like,
oh,
wameleta tetracycline. Tunajua. And then they, just attack the whole body.
Yeah. So you realize that there is what we call sensitivity, microbial sensitivity test.
Okay.
We want to know which is the best antibiotic to deal with this specific bacteria. And that has been done for so many years.
Yes.
And today, if you run sensitivity test, you'll find that a bacteria is resistant to over 50% of antibiotics. And that
are available.
That are available.
So wait.
And that should worry anybody.
So you're saying that 50% of the antibiotics that are in the market today, if I go to the hospital, the doctor will prescribe this, chances are it will not completely deal with the bacteria. So I will finish taking it, and then I will need to go back to the hospital because I'm not treated.
Yeah, ideally what we are saying is that bacteria are very smart.
Yeah.
And we have new infections coming daily. And bacteria are becoming more complicated.
Yeah.
Our antibiotics, the rate at which we are bringing in new molecules has really gone down.
Yeah.
There are no new antibiotics. And therefore, the question we are asking ourselves, how do we save the little that we have?
Yeah.
And make sure that we only use them when there is need. The most unfortunate thing is that today, even the most important antibiotics are used in very mild infections.
Yeah.
And what that does is that it exposes these very unique antibiotic to bacteria early enough in life. Like you have your kid who is 1 month old. You take this kid to a facility, and the best the doctor does is give this kid a third generation cephalosporin, a very high ranking antibiotic. And when this kid grows and develops conditions, when now this antibiotic is needed, the kid has already been exposed to it.
Whoa, so it's not working.
It's not working.
Okay. So this is where we are.
That is where we are.
What is okay? So what I've picked up is people are over using the thing when it's like taking a gun to shoot a fly.
That is it.
That's what we're
That
doing.
is it.
Okay.
That is it.
And sometimes there are some conditions that, for example, flu, cold, sore throat.
Yeah.
Unaenda unanunua antibiotic peke yako.
Yeah.
But this is not a bacteria.
Yeah.
This is a viral disease.
Okay.
Which does not need a bacteria.
Okay.
So you find that you are taking medication for nothing.
Yeah.
So if there was some microorganism in you, so you are subjecting it to early antibiotics, then they become resistant.
Yeah, but usually, like even when you go to the pharmacy, because like ukona mafua.
Yes.
We're not like Americans. You see it. Oh my God, I had to take sick leave for homa. Yes. But the truth is, now as an adult, I take leave for flu. Because inani knock out. But then I don't want to go to the hospital.
Sure.
Imagine panga line hapo na watu 100 kwenda kuambiwa niko na homa and I already know ni homa. So what do? I go to the pharmacy. And when I go to the pharmacy, the first thing the guy looks at me, augmenting 3 times a day. And I'm like, I'm not going to argue with the guy. I'm going to take it and take it.
Upone.
Yeah.
Unataka tu shida
iende. Mimi nataka shida iende.
Very true. And the resistance to these antibiotics, it is not only misuse. Sometimes uko na hiyo shida ndio, it is the right drug, but again the public need to be told that you need to finish your medicine.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Unakunywa dawa siku 2 unasikia niko poa, unawachana nazo. Unazibakisha hapo, then nafika mahali next time ukisikia zile symptoms tena unarudia zile da?
Yeah. So unaendelea unamaliza.
And actually, that is the biggest thing about not finishing your doses, not taking the drugs as you are supposed to take.
Yeah.
Actually, when somebody tells you kunywa 1 mara 3, amaanishi asubuhi saa 7 jioni. No. It means take that drug every 8 hours in 24 hours.
Okay.
And that is something that the public needs to know.
Yeah.
If you are told meza mara 2, si asubuhi na jioni, it is every 12 hours.
For real?
Oh yes. You see, simple things. Simple things like those ones. Okay? So, there are many things like misuse. There's wrong drug for wrong disease. Then when you're given the right drug, you don't finish them. All right? But now, for this
what about consuming antibiotics from third parties? Because we've had stories of there's antibiotics in our water, which, the chicken is eating, the burgers we're eating have antibiotics. Is that playing a part in this?
I think we need a joint approach, especially the guys in public health. Because currently it's common sense that the chicken we eat in these fast food outlets are full of antibiotics.
Whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
Let's just let that sink in. The chicken you're eating in the fast food joints zikwanga zimepampiwa. Ukisikia hiyo kuku kako hiyo drumstick imefura hivyo. Usifikiri ni nyama. Antibiotic.
Kula kuku unasikia kudozi. Ni Piriton imepewa.
No wonder watu wanakulanga kuku mara 3 kwa siku.
Hiyo kuku imemea na wiki moja.
Wanakula dawa.
Wanakula dawa wazee.
Yes.
Yo, that's crazy.
It is, and it is alarming.
Yeah.
We're using drugs everywhere. Ng'ombe siku hizi maziwa ni hizo dawa, kwanza kuku, nguruwe zinawekwa. Then now we do not have the right processes of disposal.
Okay.
Just the other day we have metabisulfate in meat, blah blah blah, all those things. It's the same case.
Lakini hiyo haikuwa hiyo walikuwa wameiweka on purpose
to preserve
the meat.
Yes. Crazy. Yes.
So to me, I think the public health guys need to do more because we have households. It's only in Kenya where you are told people are using ARVs not for AIDS, but they are using them to make alcohol better. They are using it to feed their chicken. They are using it to feed their animals. Some of these drugs are disposed through the normal sewer system.
Yeah.
And at one point, Nairobi, where sewer and you are drinking water at one point zinakutana. So hizi dawa zote hatujambiwa kwamba hizi dawa nikienda nazo kwangu kesho ni kisha zitumia na zitupa wapi?
Yeah, where do you throw them?
Wengi wanazitupa kwa mitaro.
Mimi nazitupa kwa dustbin.
Wengine wanazitupa kwa sink. Wengine wanazitupa kwa dustbin.
Unaona flash.
It's a cycle.
We are a flash and watch Knuckles.
They'll come back to you.
Why am I flashing augmenting down the
way?
So actually, if if we were to use all the prescribed medication the way right way, and then you finish all the dosages, we will not have drugs that will be flushing.
But the doctors, what nikwambie, daktari anaweza kupatia dawa for 21 days na ni homa ya 7 days, surely.
You see, when a doctor gives you prescribed for 21 days, he has a reason. You see, homa is not only caused by one bacteria or virus. There are so many bacteria, and different bacteria have a different way of treating. You may come today with a ukona infection, upatiwe an antibiotic for 7 days or maybe 10 days. Sometime upatiwe for 14 days. It depends with that.
Right.
And that is why it is important. Have that discussion with your doctor. Ask, then he'll be able to explain to you so that you understand.
All right. We're talking Antibiotics Awareness Week. Have you been over-consuming antibiotics? Do you know that everything that you're eating is on antibiotics? Wachana aflatoxin. Antibiotics.
Vibes Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.
Skip Marley with Damien Jr. Gong Marley. That's not true. It's playing right here on Vibes Radio. I wish what we were talking about was not true, but the reality is antibiotic resistance is a real thing, man.
Imagine unazoea kwanza saizi ni weekend na unajua unaenda happy. Unajuanga after hangover imenigonga hivi mimi umeza Piriton ama dawa sijui gani ama X ama nini.
We need to have a discuss hapa kwa kona.
Ma
Piriton.
Okay, mimi umeza Panadol. Najua Piriton kwa sababu sikwenda na jacket. So nikapata homa. So mimi umeza Panadol 2, si ndio? After party. Saizo uko lit huko then okay, but this is a myth out there. And I'm not lying. Si madaktari. When you're lit hivi kabisa, umeze tu Panadol 2, unamkabila hangover.
Hiyo ni uongo.
Whether it's true.
Yeah, people
whether it's true.
So.
Yeah.
They're myths.
I know people who do mara moja and sona moja.
Yeah.
No, unamkabila hangover.
Kwanza mara moja, me personally, I can say that painkiller is a very, very strong painkiller. Yeah. It's too strong.
It's because of what it contains. Caffeine.
It's too strong because I personally have taken that drug.
Yes.
If you know me, I have a lot of energy. So mimi na caffeine, we should be in opposite directions.
Sasa unaongezea.
Sasa imagine siku moja nimekuwa na headache, mtu amenipatia mara moja. Namjua anatusikiza sahi. Kidogo ni fly out of the window. It's crazy. Energy out of, I couldn't believe. I was even thinking I'd taken drugs. Yeah, so it's so strong. It's so strong. So we're talking about antibiotics resistance and how our habits around antibiotics are probably causing us more damage than good. And we've got two guys in studio, and they're talking to us about an initiative that's going on around the country. So before we went on break, we're talking about what part everybody plays in this resistance. So we've talked about the public. People are disposing of drugs badly, not finishing their doses, overdosing on things that, kona kakat kwa mkono unaenda unachukua Augmentin. So hiyo ni kitu viral lakini unakunywa kitu yenye ina deal na bacteria. So how can we be better? How can we sort out this issue?
So the theme for this year's World Antibiotics Awareness Week, we are going back to basics.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for that bacteria to get into your body, then look for the antibiotics, we want to prevent it.
Okay.
Now, that's where now CBC comes in.
So how do we prevent this?
One, simple hygiene. Make sure that you wash your hands clean before you eat a fruit. Wash it. Vegetables, osha kabisa. The way he said, my colleague said that practice safe sex so that you can prevent STIs from getting in.
So tunawe hata kabla tuanze sex.
Rhetorically yes, now kabluva hiyo
utalamba vitu upate diarrhea kwa box. Yes. So now kwanza. Yes.
So why I'm laughing at this,
Yes.
it's because I see a lot of companies, there's a hand washing day.
Yes.
They target kids. You've noticed, yeah?
Yes.
But here we're talking about National Antibiotics Awareness Week.
Yes.
And we're saying, grown-ups, please tunawe.
Yes.
What wanawangi?
Especially since tunananga supermarkets. Do you know those rails for supermarkets? They contain dangerous and very many germs. Hata kuliko ile nini ya choo. It is so dangerous. So washing, simple hygiene. Vaccination is the other part, because vaccines have shown to work to prevent infections. So the other thing is about making sure that our environment are clean. If for example to prevent like malaria, for example, clear the bushes, clear the water boots and all those, so that mosquito cannot breathe there, zikuje zilete diseases. So that the few bacteria that gets to the body, take to the hospital, we are diagnosed, then you are given the right medication. Then take your all course of medication. So we are going back to basics. Let us prevent it. Prevention is the better cure. Yes.
All right. I mean, this is it's a scary stats we're hearing, that 50% of the antibiotics that are in the market literally are useless. They're not treating bacteria, and so this is the reason why we have National Antibiotics Awareness Week. I just want to ask, in terms of activities, what are the activities that have been there this week to sensitize people? Because I know this radio makes sense, you're talking about it, but on the ground, what's happening? Kwa ground najua vitu zikuanga different
hata saizi, because I would expect that this week that the stakeholders, like us, for example, we should be on the ground, like holding barazas, not in big hotels. Like this week, I know there's some people who are in a big hotel somewhere meeting with the professional. But who are they targeting? They're the same healthcare professionals that we know about this.
Wait, so stakeholders are talking to stakeholders about stakeholders?
That's how it is. But ideally, how it should be, enda Kajiado, wale waite waketi chini, waambie antibiotics inafanya nini, vitu kaa hizo. Ita machief, chief wanakuanga chini, ita CHVs, community health volunteers, educate them so that when they go back to their community, they pass along these messages. And I wish to see us as professionals, that we come up with a program whereby throughout the year, we have activities that are involving disseminating this information.
Absolutely.
And even to this radio, for example, thank you for inviting us to talk about it. Even throughout the year, let us see how we can fix it in. Because when we repeat things, it tends to stick in our mind. Because leo tunaongea mambo ya antibiotics, kesho aflatoxin vile umesema.
So metasulfite, mercury, niendele.
Hapana usiendele.
Corruption.
So
so I also think that going back to the basics. I'm happy that I've seen hospitals where you go to hospital and as you leave, you've been given some antiseptics. You know, there are so many bacteria that we pick from hospitals and bring them back home. Umeenda kutembelea mgonjwa kwa ward, unatoka pale we umebeba
aflatoxin.
Umebeba bacteria.
Bacteria.
So people should learn the basics. When you visit a patient, when you go to hospitals, wash your hands. And I'm happy that Kenya Association of Pharmaceutical Industries have come up with a law that will manage cases of prescribers being influenced. So
by the hospital, the makers of the medicines.
Now you'll not accept gifts. A promotion of these drugs among professionals has also been limited. Because we realized that you'll go to a hospital and you're like, out of 10 prescriptions, 9 of them you can guess which drug.
Medicine,
just because the med rep was there in the morning, so you are sure.
Like Ushago wanapatiananga aspirin sana. Kwani aspirin wana marketing yuko?
Not really. For Ushago is different, which is very unfortunate. The availability of drugs in government facilities is wanting. And there is a belief in Kenya that any drug is better than no drug. So I'll go to this facility, I'm having this problem. They don't have the drug for my problem. But they feel that letting me go home without a drug
is not treatment.
So I'll be told, Bana, have this. And you'll go believing that you've been treated. So at least for the government facilities, we'll understand the issue with the supplies. But for a private hospital, a patient being given 10 drugs without proper explanation on what those drugs are meant for, I can assure you that this patient will not comply in terms of taking the drugs. They'll take the drugs for 2 days or 3 days and they're like, I'm not taking this anymore. At that point, this patient has not been told what to do with the drugs that he's not taking. The only option is, let me keep them for another day. When my neighbor will be sick or myself, I'll revisit.
All right. This is a very interesting topic. If people want to follow this conversation online, what is there a hashtag? How do they get in touch with you guys?
Yes, there's a hashtag, hashtag WAAW, World Antibiotics Awareness Week. And they can even follow the Kenya at Kenya_KPA. We have a hashtag that we've been disseminating information. And again, they can reach out. They can reach out.
Okay.
And we call upon the public, those people with drugs at home, stop keeping the drugs at home. We are running our members who have pharmacies across the country. They can take it back to them and we'll assist them in disposing these drugs.
All right.
Because there's a guideline on how to dispose the medications that are not used.
Okay.
Rather than putting them on the sewer, throwing them just anywhere like that.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for coming through and having this very, very important conversation. Remember, you are live on Vibes Radio.
Vibes Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.